Hi there, my name is Danielle Klooster and I am the Business Development Manager for UDSS Canada, a new company that is expanding into Central Alberta. And I have lived in Central Alberta since 1998, and I've been involved in community development, economic development with access, prosperity, and now business development. UDSS stands for Upstream Downstream Specialized Services. It's a company that's been around since 2001, built by a fellow named Pedro Orihuela. He had a background in chemical engineering, and after working for Baker Jardine and Schlumberger and so forth for a number of years, he struck out on his own to provide services to oil and gas companies in Latin America, and has done very well over the years. And in I think late 2012, the decision was made to start exploring new markets and looking for new opportunities. So they started looking at the Canadian market for obvious reasons. It's a wonderful opportunity. Upstream Downstream Specialized Services is based around 4 service lines. The core business is, and always has been, in human capital sourcing, so providing people to oil and gas companies. And those people can be anywhere from highly specialized, geologists, geophysicists, petrophysicists, and so on, all the way to what we need here in Alberta, which is the skilled trades: welders, steam fitters, pipe fitters, heavy equipment operators, mechanics, those sorts of things. So we're in the business of people, first and foremost. The second service line is HR and management consulting, and we have a full suite of HR and management services that we can provide: organizational development services and talent forecasting for companies. So I see that as a really important thing for the Alberta marketplace as well. There are a lot of small businesses out there that are very busy and don't necessarily have the capacity to do that important planning, and they can use the help, and so we can provide that support. Our third service line is something called integrated solutions, and that is everything from exploration, production, drilling. We can provide people for project management. We can provide specialists for field studies, and so on and so forth. In addition to that, our fourth service line is talent development, and we have a system called UDSS University. We can provide training, corporate training on site with an instructor, or we can provide it via telepresence, or we also have an online system for training competencies and skills in oil and gas. So that in a nutshell is what UDSS does, and it's obvious why those things are a great fit for Alberta and much needed in Alberta. When I was working as an economic developer for Central Alberta Access Prosperity, my colleague and I, Matt Cornall, were privileged to travel down to the Offshore Technology Conference last May. And we just happened to sit down to lunch with this company, and you trade business cards, and what do you do? And so in the course of conversation, we were of course marketing Central Alberta and talking about the Alberta oil and gas opportunity and so on and so forth. And the two executives that we met with at that time indicated that they did have a Canadian office, but it was basically a placeholder, and that it was located in Montreal, and that they had not really looked at expanding into the Canadian market, but they were now exploring new market opportunities. So in follow-up conversations with them, we were able to do some cost-benefit analysis for them and show them the benefits, the cost benefits, and the overall market benefits and opportunities in Alberta, and specifically Central Alberta. And they came up in June to the Gas and Oil Expo, and of course, as soon as they got here to Alberta, they saw the tremendous potential in the marketplace and realized that they definitely needed to have a presence in the Alberta market. So then it was just down to us to show them why Central Alberta was the best place. And when they came up a little while later, and they explored Central Alberta, they realized very quickly that it's very strategic in its location, that you can access the Fort Saskatchewan and Leduc-Nisku markets, the Edmonton market. You can access Fort Mac through daily flights. You can access the Calgary market. It's a great central location. It's also the service hub to the oil patch, so obviously being a people provider, it's the service companies that they work with most closely anyway, so their clients are all here. And most compelling to them, I think, was that they were greeted warmly by the local mayors, by the president of the college, by the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce, and they realized that in larger markets that they probably wouldn't have that kind of access to high-level officials, and that everybody here really wanted their business, really wanted them to come and to be established here. And that was they were very impressed by that, and it made a big impact on their decision to come to Central Alberta. And that's why we need those, working partnerships to all work together, and it was certainly effective in this case.